Going around our community, going around our community and making new friends, meeting people in our community, meeting people in our community and making new friends. Welcome to Community Storytime.
Oh, hey, Greg.
Hey, good morning, Henny. How are you today? Nice to see you.
Good morning. Good to see you, too. We have an awesome guest today. I'm excited about this person because we have seen them at our local park concerts here in Kentwood,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Today, I am excited to announce we have Emilee Petersmark of nationally touring band The Crane Wives and huge local favorite. And Emilee hails from the east side of, she was actually born in Korea, but was raised over on the east side of the state in White Lake. And then she went to Grand Valley where she met her fellow members of the Crane Wives. And again, we are really excited to have her in studio with us today. And what I'm going to do today, Henny, I just want to show all of our friends at home a little clip of Emilee doing her craft at work, and then we'll see you back in the studio in a minute, okay?
Yeah, let's set the mood.
She is fiction, she's a curse, she's a pretty thing on a high shelf. You've got your eyes open, you know your worth, but there's so many things that you want for yourself. Oh, we get what we deserve. We never really learn.
Good morning, Emilee.
Hi, Emilee.
Hi, guys. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Thank you very much. Lovely song and words, as always.
Thank you. And thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here.
Totally our pleasure. So we're going to start. So you are in the band The Crane Wives.
I am.
And I'm just going to show a couple pictures here, just for those at home, you know, who may not have seen or heard you yet. And please chime in and tell us what's going on here. But first, there's your band.
That's all of us. That was taken a few years ago right here in Grand Rapids. It was a cold day, but we end up, part of being a musician is also learning how to advertise yourself. So you end up doing a lot of things like taking photo shoots and having your picture taken a lot. And it takes some getting used to. So as you can see, we're all trying to be candid, but we were very awkward and nervous in this moment.
Well, you look very happy though. And here you are, I believe, at work.
Oh, yes. This is at work. This is Earthwork Harvest Gathering up in Lake City. It's one of our favorite festivals. We go every year. And this one was, I believe, 2018.
That's in the barn, it looks like.
That is, it's a stage that has been assembled just for harvest gathering, actually.
Okay.
And it's up on the Bernard farm.
Okay, gotcha.
This is another picture from Harvest Gathering. That's where I have all my best memories. But this is when I performed with another band from Grand Rapids called Public Access. And I got to perform a cover of Whole Lotta Love with this band, and it was awesome.
Fun. Big crowds, too, it appears.
Oh, yeah.
Well, your job looks like just a lot of fun. And so when did you start playing music, and what was your first instrument?
I started playing music when I was about 3 years old. I enrolled in piano lessons. My mom likes to tell everybody that they had to stack a bunch of phone books onto the piano bench so I could reach the keys. And I did that I played piano for about 12 years. It turns out, though, that my true love was guitar. Piano was a lot of work, and I think it just kind of showed how sometimes things just don't necessarily click. You can get really good at a thing and not necessarily like it. So finding guitar and learning how to play really that was when I found the joy of music, really.
Interesting. So when did you start playing guitar then?
I started playing guitar when I was 18, like college.
All right.
Yeah, and for a really long time, I didn't take it as seriously as I took piano. I wasn't practicing regularly. I was just kind of playing as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I met the Crane Wives 4 years later that I really started to see it as a craft that I should spend some time practicing.
Yeah. So I bet that piano background helped you, though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It can't hurt to learn. It can't hurt to learn how to read music,
mm-hmm.
and how the foundation of music kind of comes from a lot of classical music, and that's what you learn usually when you start piano.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So is it hard when I see you up on stage like that? Is it hard to play an instrument and sing at the same time?
For me now, I've been performing for about 10 years, which feels like a long time, but also no time. And I feel like now it feels very second nature. Like it's a lot easy for me to get into the groove, but it took a lot of practice. Kind of like how your first time riding a bike, you're probably going to fall.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of practice before it becomes easy, and then you don't have to think about it.
Yeah. So you play in front of a lot of people, sometimes. Do you ever get nervous? And what is that like?
I'm nervous right now. Like, I have a lot of anxiety, and that is something that has been really difficult learning how to be a professional musician, because it does require you to put yourself out there and be in situations where you don't necessarily feel comfortable, or you're afraid things are going to go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But the exciting part about it is that usually things go okay if you just stay calm, take a breath, and it feels really, really, really good once you have a show go right.
Yeah.
So if you go out there with a positive attitude, it usually helps.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's great advice. So what are some of the fun places you've been to visit with the Crane Wives? Like I know I saw online that you did a Tiny Desk concert with NPR.
We didn't actually win that contest. We entered the contest. We got like an honorable mention.
Okay, I saw it pop up there. That's really cool. Anyway, even an honorable mention. But what are some of the fun places you've been to visit?
Oh man, we've been all over the country. We went to Texas a couple years ago. We played a big folk festival in Kellerville, Texas, which is by San Antonio a little bit.
Yeah.
Never been there before. It was so hot. But we've gotten to go to Las Vegas. We've driven out to Colorado several times. I love Colorado. One of the most exciting memories that I have is from that trip when we went down to Texas. We actually flew down there, and then we're going to fly back to Michigan for a show. And this was a show that was our drummer Dan was playing one of his solo shows at the planetarium here in Grand Rapids.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to fly in just in time for sound check and, throw all of our stuff on stage and go. But unfortunately on the way back, it started to snow really, really, really bad. And we got stuck. And so we ended up getting a last minute flight to Detroit, in which we ran through the airport with all of our gear. Dan, our drummer, is like 7 feet tall. He is just a giant string bean human. And he was like vaulting over things. I have never seen him move that fast. We ended up making it by the skin of our teeth, but yeah.
Lots of great adventures. So yeah, it sounds like such a fun life. So besides being a musical artist, you're also multi-talented and a visual artist too, which is amazing, Emilee. So we're gonna, Greg, I think we have some pictures to put up, right?
Yeah, I do. And so here's this one. What is this one called, Emilee?
This one is called Butterflies. Very creative.
I can see that. And here's one of my favorites actually right here.
Thank you. That's actually a landscape from Sleepy Bear, and that's my partner in it.
Gotcha. And I have one other photo too. It looks like you maybe do some teaching as well in the visual arts field.
That is true. I am a teaching artist for an organization called Artists Creating Together, or ACT for short, who provide learning opportunities for individuals with disabilities. So for the last few years, I've been teaching a class here and there, just usually basic art, or I think I also taught a watercolor class. So yeah, it's exciting to be able to share something that I really like with other people.
Nice. Very nice. Well, like I said, you have an extreme talent. It's obvious.
Thank you.
So now on to our story.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay. Emilee is going to read Cat Writes a Song. You can see it there. It is by Greg Foley, and we have permission from little Simon for Emilee to read this for you today. But as you know, before we start, we're going to do our little story time rhyme. Miss Henny, will you lead that, and all our friends at home?
Yep, let's get our hands out. Here we go, guys. Open them, shut them. Open them, shut them. Give a little clap. Open them, shut them, open them, shut them, put them in your lap. Here we go. Creep them, creep them, creep them, creep them. Right up to your chin. Open your mouth. But don't let them in. All right, we're going to hand it over to you, Emilee.
Oh, yep, we'll see you after the story. Once again, everyone, here is Emilee Petersmark with Cat Writes.
Hi, everybody. I've never read a book virtually before, so I'm going to try really hard to make sure that everybody can see the pictures. But this is a book called Cat Writes a Song by Greg Foley. And the first time I read it, I cried. I really like this book. Cat Writes a Song, and this book is dedicated for anyone who's ever loved a song. It was a gray and rainy day. Cat was stuck indoors. She was sad because there was no one to play with. If I write a song, maybe it will make me feel better, Cat said. Cat worked very hard, and it took a long time to finish her song. Cat named the song "The Amazing Song to Make Things Better." The rain stopped. Did my song work? Cat wondered. Do you think it worked? I think it worked. Cat went outside and sang her amazing song again. As she strolled down the block, the sun peeked out from behind the clouds. When she passed Dog's house, he didn't bark at her, which was amazing because Dog always barks at Cat. Cat sang a little louder. When she passed Turtle's house, Turtle found his missing sock, which is amazing because Turtle is always losing things. Do turtles wear socks? I guess some of them might. Cat felt so amazing that she went to find more friends to help. When Cat got to the park, she found Bunny crying. "What's the matter?" asked Cat. My skateboard broke, Bunny sniffed. Now I can't ride it. Cat looked at Bunny's skateboard. I can make it better. And she began to sing her song. Bunny stopped crying. Cat kept singing, but Bunny's skateboard was still broken. It's okay, Bunny said. Thanks for trying. Cat sighed. I don't think my song works. Maybe Dog didn't hear my song. Maybe Turtle didn't hear my song. Maybe the sun didn't hear my song. What if nobody heard my song? Bird flew over to Cat. What's the matter? He asked. I'm sad, Cat said. I know something to make it better, Bird said. Wait here. Here's Bird flying. When Bird came back, he brought a surprise. Cat's ears perked up. Could it be? My amazing song to make things better, Cat said. It does work. Everyone is singing Cat's song. As her friends sang the song, Cat joined in and sang along, and it felt amazing. Then Cat and Bird went off together to make everything better. The end.
I can see why that gave little tears of joy. It is a beautiful story, and I have one myself right now. Thank you for reading that. It is true that music does make everything better, doesn't it?
It does. And it can be easy to get discouraged when we feel like we're making music and people aren't listening, but it still can make things a lot better.
Absolutely. And speaking of music, we, after our story is done, and you read that wonderfully, thank you so much. We usually do a song together, but I thought that perhaps, since you are a professional, that perhaps you might have a song you could share with us today.
I would absolutely love to.
Well, then
like
I think
Cat in the book.
I think what I'll do is take Henny and I out, give you the full screen, and then we'll see you after that. How about that?
That sounds perfect. Thanks,
okay. Well, once again, friends, Emilee Peters.
Hi, friends. I don't normally play this instrument. I usually play a guitar, but I wrote this song on the ukulele a long time ago because I was feeling a lot like Cat was in the book. Just feeling very sad and wondering if a song could make things better. So I wrote this song, and it's called Little Girl, and I hope you like it. Uncomplicated little girl, your little world is shrinking fast. You're waking up to things you can't hold to your chest. You little girl, you're growing up last. No one ever taught you how to ask for help, and the world it never hurt you like you hurt yourself. I can't keep holding on to something I can't keep. Little girl, go back to sleep. into spring, and everything is growing back. The air is warming, birds are taking flight for home. But little girl, I don't change like that. And I think I am more like the sea, always moving by the guiding hand of gravity. I ebb and flow, but I don't control. Little girl must learn to float. Uncomplicated little world, your little girl is learning fast. She's come to terms with things she can't hold to her chest, and now she knows that nothing really lasts. No one ever taught me how to ask for help, and the world, it never hurt me like I hurt myself. I'm always tired, I accept defeat. Little girl, go back to sleep. Little girl, go back to sleep.
That was beautiful, Emilee.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Very sweet.
That's called Little Girl, yes?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right. Well, Emilee, we thank you again so much for joining us today, and looking very forward to the weather turning warm and watching you and your band perform again. And I just want to let the folks at home know, if they want to keep in touch, is it thecranewives.com? Can they find out where you're playing around town? Because when the summer's here and things are getting a little back to normal, you are playing all over the state, really. But as far as local here, you're playing quite a bit. And I highly encourage everyone watching to get on out there, especially to an outdoor show, dance and sing, and we'll all make each other feel better.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This was amazing.
Thank you for taking the time, Emilee.
Of
We
course.
appreciate you. Thank you so much. We'll see you.
Bye,
Bye.
Emilee.
Well, how about that? We got us an original song.
I love all these guests sharing their gifts with us. It's
Yes.
been just inspiring.
It really has been, and all right from our own community, too.
Mhm.
And with that said, next week's guest, we actually have another musician, Max Lockwood.
Oh,
who
yay.
Some of our friends at home might know from the Community Helper Storytime song. So
Yeah.
it's interesting to hear from Max. And once
Yeah.
again, thank you, Emilee, and Miss Henny. I will look forward to seeing you next week.
It's been great. We'll see you soon, Greg. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Going around our community, going around our community and making new friends, meeting people in our community, meeting people in our community and making new friends.